Have you ever stopped to think about what's really keeping you going every single day? Today, we're going to pop the hood on the human body and take a look at the incredible microscopic engine that powers your every single move. You might think it's just the big stuff, the food you eat, the sleep you get, but the real answer is something way, way smaller. That's right, you've got this massive, totally unseen workforce of vitamins and minerals inside you, and they each have a critical job to do, 24/7. So come on, let's go meet the team. We're diving into the world of micronutrients, but I want you to think of these as more than just chemicals. They're the active, essential workers that are literally building, powering, and protecting you from the inside out. So what even are micronutrients? Well, simply put, they're the vitamins and minerals our bodies need in pretty tiny amounts. But please do not let that word micro fool you. Their impact is absolutely massive. Without them, the whole system just grinds to a halt. All right, first up, let's meet the crew that's responsible for all your get up and go. This is the energy team. Their entire job is to take the food you eat and turn it into actual usable power for your cells. Okay, so how do they do that? Well, a lot of vitamins act as something called coenzymes. Here's a simple way to think about it. An enzyme is like a super skilled worker, right? And the coenzyme is the special tool that worker needs to do their job. No tool, no work. It's honestly that simple. And the main toolkits for your body's energy production? That would be the B vitamins. Deep inside your cells, in those little power plants called the mitochondria, vitamins like thiamine, riboflavin, and niacin are all working together. They're absolutely essential for turning the food you eat into ATP, which is the body's universal energy currency. And I really need to stress just how vital these workers are. Let's take thiamine, also known as vitamin B1. It's not just kind of helpful, it is completely non-negotiable. Without it, the entire energy assembly line just seizes up, period. And get this is not some new discovery. We have known about the devastating effects of a thiamine shortage for literally thousands of years. The disease beriberi, which was first written about almost 5,000 years ago, is a direct result of this one single deficiency.
So what happens when this one key worker doesn't show up for their shift? Well, the consequences are severe. Your nervous system starts to sputter, which can lead to nerve damage, that classic burning feet syndrome. Your muscles get weak, and even your heart and cardiovascular system take a major hit. It's a total system failure, all because one tiny micronutrient is missing.
But the energy crew has another all-star member, iron. So if the B vitamins are the workers in the power plant, think of iron as the crucial fuel delivery driver. It's the absolute core of hemoglobin, which is the molecule that grabs oxygen from your lungs and trucks it out to every single cell. No oxygen, no energy. Okay, so moving on from energy, our micronutrient workforce also has these highly specialized construction crews and, believe it or not, security teams. I call them the builders and the bodyguards. Let's break it down. On one side, you've got the builders. Calcium is the main building block for our bones, and vitamin D is like the foreman on the job site, telling our gut how to actually absorb and use that calcium. Then on the other side, you have the bodyguards. Vitamin C and D are your antioxidants, patrolling the body and neutralizing damage. And selenium? It helps recycle those antioxidants so they can get back to work. It's so easy to think of our bones as just scaffolding, right? Like they're inert, but that's not true at all. Your skeleton is a living, dynamic tissue. You have cells that are constantly breaking down old bone and other cells that are building new bone. And calcium is the raw material for this never-ending renovation project. Now here's a really fascinating point about vitamin E. Even though it's a vital bodyguard, it is incredibly rare for a healthy person to actually become deficient, and that just tells you how resilient our bodies are. A severe deficiency is usually only seen in people who have specific conditions that prevent them from absorbing fat, which is where vitamin E hangs out. So how do we actually support these teams? Well, let's take vitamin K, which is critical for things like blood clotting and bone health. Leafy greens are absolute powerhouses. Just look at this. 1 cup of raw kale gives you a massive amount. It just goes to show you how a good diet can easily supply your entire workforce. All right, our final team is maybe the most sophisticated of them all, the communication network. These are the minerals and vitamins that run your entire nervous system. They're what allow your brain to send signals to your body and your body to send them right back. Ever wonder how a single thought actually travels? It's basically all about minerals and electricity. So a nerve cell carefully balances potassium inside and sodium outside. When a signal comes in, boom, channels open, sodium rushes in, and that creates an electrical impulse.
Then an energy-powered pump immediately resets everything so the nerve can fire all over again. It's this incredible high-speed dance starring sodium and potassium.
But it's not just about sending the signal. Vitamins actually help create the message itself, and vitamin B6 is a huge star here. It's an essential coenzyme, remember that helper tool, that's needed to create some of the most famous neurotransmitters that control how you think and feel. We're talking serotonin for mood, dopamine for reward. B6 is right at the heart of your brain's chemistry.
Okay, so we've met the whole workforce, the energy crew, the builders and bodyguards, and the communication network. That leaves us with the most important question, right? How do we make sure they have everything they need to do their jobs well?
Look, the blueprint for success isn't some big secret or a magic pill. It's all about a consistent, healthy pattern. That means lots of fruits and vegetables, fish for those good omega-3s, and choosing whole grains. It also means cutting back on the highly processed stuff that's often stripped of all these essential workers.
And honestly, if there is one thing you take away from all of this, please let it be this. No single vitamin or mineral works in a vacuum. They all work together. Thiamine needs riboflavin. Calcium needs vitamin D. It is the synergy, the teamwork, that keeps the whole system running. You're not just hiring one employee, you're trying to support an entire interconnected company.
Your internal workforce is clocked in. They are ready to go. The only question left is, how are you going to support them today? Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer.